Gentlemen, Javern, how you doing, brother? I'm going to come to you first. A very disappointing night, a bit of a beatdown in the end, mate.
It's shocking. It's shocking, and it's been like this for a while. And at the start of the season, I was like, I hope I'm wrong. And here we are. We had a really lucky start to the season. I don't know where it all went wrong. And yeah, tonight is just it's just honestly it's shocking, Terry. I've got no words. And when I just see people like at the start, everyone was just like, oh, we're the best. We're going title challenges. Title challenges where? Title challenges where? Maresca is a nobody. What title was he gonna challenge for, please?
No, I hear you. What's the answer at the moment? You know, only 2 wins in your last 11 games. What are the answers to fix this? None.
There is none. The recruitment in the summer was crap. Like Sancho, Felix, players we didn't need. We need defenders. We need a striker. We're flirting with Osherman the whole window, whatever. But we bring in flipping Felix and Sancho at the end. It's all that money that we spent on wasted on them. Why couldn't we just find a way to make Osherman work? Maybe Osherman wouldn't have worked out, but at least they would have tried. Like, there's no defense. Like Sanchez, Colwill. Oh, let's not even get started on Colwill. They're all clowns. It's like David Luiz 0.40. Like it's shocking. The attack is cool. It can be better, but the defense is absolutely shocking. We were let down. January let down. I don't know. I honestly don't know where this changes, Terry. I think the players are in a rut. Maresca doesn't have the experience to bring it out, so all we can do is just ride it out. In all honesty,
and that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, you look at today's game, and it was flat. The attacks were poor. What do you think that the manager's getting wrong in terms of his setup? Because it just didn't look like maybe the first 5 minutes you started quite well. You played out from the back, you had some chances, but you just went flat, and there seems to be no invention, no idea today. What's Maresca not doing? What's the problem on that pitch?
To be fair, this is how it's always been. It's just that the goals went in the other time around. That's all it's been, really. Like I remember at the beginning of the season we played City, and it was like, oh, we finished those chances. Like it was a people were saying it was a really close game. We put those chances in, and we would have challenged City. And I'm like, this is gonna be how it's gonna be for the whole season. Then we had the first half, everything looked nice, goals were going in, but the writing was there. The writing on the wall was there, and now here we are, because it's the same players. It's the same players. So what's the difference now? Have they run out of any? Maybe they've been found out. But honestly, Maresca is just like, for me, it reminds me of Sarri. It just reminds me of Sarri. It's like they have a way to play and they stick by it, and nothing changes. And I feel sorry for him, because obviously he has so much to pick from in terms of all the players that are in the team. But in all honesty, it's going to be a long ride. I've said this a few times to people, like the Chelsea that you remember under Roman is no more. Stop thinking, oh, Chelsea's a top 2, top 3 club. Like, people need to stop thinking that now. Look at the players that have been bought in. Look at the players that have been bought in. Are they world-class level? Chelsea fans need to understand that whatever it's going to be, it's a long process now. And it is what it is. And if people think that it's going to be, oh, just because it's Chelsea, we should be in the top 4. Just because it's Chelsea, you should be in the look at the profile of players that have come in, and please tell me how in the world that is meant to be a world-class team challenging for a title. Please.
I hear you. Like, Ronan, you're obviously more positive by and large with the direction that Chelsea are going in. What went wrong tonight specifically? Why were you so flat? Why were you so poor, do you feel, on the field of play tonight?
Thank you. And I wouldn't say I'm positive because I'm realistic, right? The reality is what he just said is poignant. This isn't the Chelsea under Roman, right? This is still a rebuild. I know people got optimistic when, the run of form after the preseason, there were low hopes because the preseason didn't go so well. So when they started playing and started winning, everybody was like, oh, this isn't so bad. This is great. Look at them. They're passing the ball around. This is great. They're scoring goals. They're defending well. Well, this is the part of the season where a young team with injuries and everything else, where it starts to lean on them. Now, if you're looking at their form, as poor as they were, the last real bad loss they had, I would consider was in December to Leicester. That was 2-0 to a team we should have beat easily. Other than that, it's been like a goal here and there or a draw. So it's been bad form, no doubt, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be, especially considering. Now, what people don't consider in this is the fact that I'm not going to use the injury crutch because everybody's injured this time of the season. But the fact that the squad is not that deep, the injuries weigh a little heavier and inexperienced. So you're looking at, I know I've seen a lot of shtick about Colwill online. I said it last week. Colwill is terrible. I know he's high priced. He came back from the knee injury, and that's great, but he's probably one of the biggest culprits when it comes to the defense breaking down. The other piece is Chalobah came in hot. He played great the first match back. It was great. I think he was riding on a lot of emotion, but he's been a ghost since. And as far as the attack, I mean, I hate using the injury crutch, but show me another team that's still winning. It hasn't yet happened yet for Arsenal, but that's still winning with no striker, right? I mean, Nkunku, he should have been gone in January. I don't know how they didn't pull that off. I see Enzo making positive statements like he's still a great part of the club. We're going to be using him. We're going to incorporate him. It's going to be great. It's not going to be great. He's not trying. At the minimum, you have to have effort, and he's just not trying. I didn't see enough effort out of him tonight. He didn't look like he was playing for his career. He looked like he was playing for the next step and hopefully just getting out of here, right? Not even trying to impress another club, just knowing some team in Bundesliga will buy me no problem. So I don't believe he still wants to be there, and that's showing through. The issue tonight I saw the most was, aside from the injuries, we didn't have an attack, and that created more urgency in the midfield to try to move forward, and that left us vulnerable. And when you got a guy like Matoma in the back, I mean, that goal was beautiful. That's something that even if they were at full strength, he probably would have scored. But I think the rest of them were a product of just the players we had on the pitch at the time. As far as Palmer goes, in his position, he can't create alone. Yes, he can. If in the right scenario, he gets the ball in the right place, yeah, he can, but he's still an attacking midfielder. So with no forward, no center forward, it's not really, he's going to be limited.
I understand that. What my challenge about the center forward situation is this form, these bad results have been going on for 11 games. You had the likes of Jackson and so available for large periods. It's only been the last couple of games with no Jackson. So it's not as though you were playing great, scoring, winning, lost Jackson, and now, look, we've had a couple of games without him and we haven't scored. You've been in this run since the back end of December. This isn't new. This is the better part of sort of 6 to 8 weeks. And I just feel like there's a comment here from Simon Johnson, Chelsea correspondent of The Athletic, that said,